So this is to return to vlogging concerning my trading journal. It's a trading journal I intended to make public and unfiltered so that people can see the struggles of a trader, everything that is happening behind closed doors between my phone, myself, and Allah. First thing I must mention is that, not to sound too religious, but you must have a deity you serve, and I serve Allah. So hold God. Hold God. The first thing is to be thankful to God for your life, good health, and the wealth of knowledge. And then keep on striving hard to understand what price is doing, because the way price moves is beyond all possible explanation you can think of, but you just need an extraordinary power to help you understand what it is trying to tell you so that you protect your money. Instead of losing it, you gain. I have had so many strategies, I've been using so many strategies, and finally I realized that the problem is not my strategy, because I use Gantt time cycle. uh, I use the cycling method in trading. I use the power of nine, square of 9. I use the square of 9. I use the 144 Gann number, and I count it in cycles. Whenever it completes, I begin to count from the beginning until I get to the end on any time frame. And depending on the trend direction, sometimes or most times you find that you gain huge pips, and then maybe the next cycle comes with a pullback, then you have to wait it out and then keep on trading back in the direction of the trend. This is what I've been doing, and also I use a bit of harmonics, and also I use a bit of Elliott wave, and I also have some sister channels. One, I call it Forex Mom, where I explain the principle of the wave theory, Elliott wave theory, like how it works, everything concerning it. And also on the other channel, I show and teach what I call the SIWA strategy. It's actually a strategy I came up with. It's a very powerful one. It's a trend follower using my combination of EMAs and some powerful indicators. And for some time now, I've not been posting on those channels, because no matter how hard I try to post, it's not gaining the publicity because of the YouTube algorithm, and maybe because I'm not making it as flashy as the mainstream YouTube videos, but it is gradually coming up. I don't know, but I've left it off for some time now. I've not been posting there. So I came up with the idea to do a trading journal, a personal trading journal, but this time make it public so that it is going to be unfiltered. Whatever I do there, if I cry, if I smile, if I jump, whatever I do will not be filtered. You will all be seeing it as I post my daily experiences uh, publicly for you to see. And if it interests you, you can make comments on my setups, what I see and what you see, what you may like me to explain concerning my strategy. No problem. I'll be glad to explain it. But I don't want to force it. I just want to keep posting on that channel. And so I'm going to start today by saying that you have the fear of God. Just have the fear of God. Pray to Allah, you know, purify your intention, make sure that you know what you are doing, and stay out of whatever it is that will implicate or complicate matters for you. So as I was studying, I found out that the gun I'm using is a very rare and powerful strategy. The Elliott wave strategy is also powerful. The harmonics and even my SIWA strategy. I even developed some indicators to help me follow the trend. And they are doing well, but I noticed I'm struggling with entries. And so I kept on praying until I found this way of engaging price. And this time, after taking my account to over $100, I lost it back to almost nothing. And then finally, I blew it again. and that's after I've withdrawn and withdrawn and withdrawn from the account. And so I decided to load up again with $15 until it went to $3. Then Allah opened my eyes with much prayers, and He showed me how to engage price. And since then, I've been like saying, aha, so it has been here all along. I haven't noticed it until now because it is finally time and Allah is showing it to me. I will share it with you in a bit. And it has to do with a couple of EMAs, especially 200 EMA, to monitor how price goes around it whenever there is a pullback. Uh, I've been terrible at selling actually, but with this strategy, I've been selling almost perfectly, and everything has been moving fine because this account went to almost nothing up to $3, and then I took it back to $40 as it is right now. And inshallah, I will keep on trading using by repeating that same strategy and even trying to refine it. Maybe Allah will reveal more things for me on how to engage price. Many traders struggle with engaging price, but by the time you find your ways around it, everything begins to click in a better way. Because my strategy is almost with 90% win rate, but because of entries, I end up engaging price too early or too late, and with a very small amount in my account, I just end up losing or blowing my account. But not anymore by Allah's grace, because with this strategy of engaging price, uh, I'm already overexcited about it and thankful, and I don't know, you can't be over thankful to Allah, but my heart is full of gratitude. I thank Him very much. So let me try to explain what I do. As you can see on the screen, I have a couple of EMAs. The yellow one or the golden colored one you can see here is the 200 EMA. So whenever there is a pullback, like we have seen what gold has been doing, it has been in a pullback, um, which is coming from an overextended wave 2 or wave 4 wave on the 6 months chart of gold, and we should expect that pullback to be going on for a couple of months. And here we are, it's just going on for the you know last, let's say, 3 to 4 months. So I whatever I will do, I will be only looking to sell gold. So due to that, whenever a structure is broken and I want to engage price, instead of hitting the sell button, I just allow a pullback to happen as I am waiting now. I just my open trade just hit take profit, and which took me from $33, as you can see, to $40. And so I just want to wait it out to see the retracement that will happen, and then I'll open another position. So in monitoring the retracement, all I look out for is to see how price behaves around the 200 EMA. I will now be, you know, going through different time frames to see where 200 EMA is closest to price, and then I'll begin to monitor when price will touch that particular EMA. But like now on the 1 minute time frame, as you can see, all this space is there, and then we can see our 200 EMA right here. So I'll be waiting to see if price will get to this level and break this EMA, then reject once, attempt for the second time and reject twice, then the third one will be my entry. By the time that retracement back towards the 200 EMA happens, whether it breaks the 200 EMA for the third time, or it goes somewhere to the premium or to the 50% level of that particular range, I just open my trade. That's what I've been doing, basically what I've been doing, and it has proved very, very potent and very successful. So whatever price is doing right now will not be my problem. I will only be looking to see price retrace back to around this area. If it does, then I will be thinking of taking a trade. And what is this? This is a low on the higher time frame of the daily. Let's go there. As you can see, price just broke this particular low here. Okay, so and it's trying to retrace back. So I'll be watching what it will do around that same low that it broke, and then follow it back down. As you can see, this strategy can be used by day traders, so that you will be taking profit at each break of low, or you can engage price as early as possible from a high such as this. Okay, then keep your trade open and catch this whole move. It may not be easy because sometimes you might see that the profits you're accumulating might be thinning and almost going to zero. But if you know that you are a swing trader, then it will not bother you, since you already have mapped out the structure and you have formed a decision on where you think the price might be heading to. Uh, this is exactly what I'm doing. For me, I'm a swing trader, and also I am a swing slash day trader, such a way that, for gold being very volatile, what I do with gold is I try to have one foundational position, sorry. I have one foundational position running, and then I keep opening and closing trades as the price progresses. But because I've been learning this entry strategy, I've been like engaging the price more like a day trader. I'm just going to try to get used to it and then look for a good high, open a foundational position, then allow it to keep rolling while I keep opening and closing my other positions to keep accumulating more profits by Allah's grace. So now this is what I'm here to share with you all, and whoever comes across this video can give it a like. If you find the content useful, share it with your friends. Ask questions. You can ask me any question concerning what I see in price, or begin to walk you through what I first look at when I open a chart to trade, and I'll be more than glad to explain it to you to the best of my ability. And talking about what I see in price before I engage it, I started counting another new cycle of 144 around, I think it was yesterday I started counting. I think I started counting since yesterday. Another fresh 15 to 15-minute time frame cycle of 144. And since then, I think it was from here. Let's see how far we've gone into the cycle. It was from here. Okay, that's from this candle. That was the first candle of the new cycle. Okay, then we'll take it down and see how many candles we've painted since then. We might have finished one cycle already and we are starting another. Okay, this is 109. Let's go. 134. This around. Okay, let me see 144. Where is 144? This is 144 as it is now. Okay, you can see that one cycle has already finished on this doji light candle here, and another one has begun here. So I'll continue following it and I will keep reporting to you what I'm seeing. But for now, I'm still very bearish gold, because until gold reclaims that December 2025 candle high, I am bearish gold. And right now we are still above it, but we are targeting that rejection we are seeing around here. Okay, we are seeing around here, and so I'm going to keep reporting as I see how price travels down. So stay tuned and enjoy the content. Here I am again to give an update concerning that same setup I explained about. And like I said in the earlier video, I'm at that point in my trading career where I'm focusing on entries. What do I look for before I enter? Since I already have a powerful trading system, it's left for me to now refine entries, to reduce drawdowns, to also reduce the bad number of bad trades that I may likely take, because sometimes you may get a good setup, uh, you got everything right, your analysis is right from your higher time frame to the lowest time frame you choose to trade on. but you still lose a trade because of the problems encountered during entries. Even traders that have made name for themselves are still struggling with entries. Like one of my trading mentors, the inner circle trader, has always mentioned in several videos that he's still struggling with his entries. So I'm focusing on that this year, and Alhamdulillah, I found a very strategic way of engaging price. Last time my account was at somewhere and I tried to explain this way of engaging price, and I also indicated a spot that I was looking forward for price to trade to before I make move, and it did go there and I made that same move, and that's what is consistency. You need to always do what you need to do when so and so has happened according to your analysis. So the same thing with this setup, the same gold, um, gold commodity. I'm trading it in form of CFD. So the same gold I've been trading gold for a while now. Even the last time I made the video, I was still referring to gold, and still now gold is still doing its thing and we're still traveling down. But in trying to define the entries, like I have explained, I'm now looking at this time frame. You can see my 200 EMA is kissing price already. It has already touched price, but that's not my entry. That's not my entry. I'm just going to observe if trade will still return back to break this level. I aim at the 50% level of the range that I'm monitoring on. You can see it's more visible on 1 hour. I'm monitoring that range from this high to this low. So there was a breaking structure here. So now price needs to retrace. So I'm targeting that 50%. And in trying to refine that level, I've been going down to see where there is the closest possibility of price to hit that level, and for it to coincide with the 200 period exponential moving average. This strategy is powerful. I've been using it. I took my almost lost account from $3, $15 that went to $3, and now I'm back at around 40 something dollars. So I'm trying to keep repeating it for me to be consistent. Precision is all that matters in this business. You need to be able to be precise. When some things have happened, do it. Do the action that you wanted to take if those things happened, no matter what. So that's what I'm trying to do. Repeat the action. Every time, every now and again, repeating the same action when the same thing has happened. So right now, I'm waiting for price to revisit that level, hit it again the second time, preferably for it to even break it and approach this level here. But if it doesn't, anywhere around this free space will be okay for me. And if that second move happens, I can take my trade there, but preferably I'll wait to see a break in structure, a break in minor structure again. Okay, there should be a break in minor structure, like maybe price should trade down and break this level, then travel back for the third time, and it is that third time that price travels back to that same direction that gives me an entry. It gives me an entry that whatever I'm doing, if I see such a thing happens, I just pull the trigger. And that's what I've been doing, nothing more, nothing less, for for like 2 weeks now. Yes, this is the second week. Last week and this week, this is the second week. And you can imagine how fast the account has grown from $3 back to 40 something dollars. So I believe it is something I should document, and that's why I'm making this video. So I'm going to update you on how, if I'm able to get an entry, to update my trading journal anyway. Though I do hope that people will find this content very doable, actionable, realistic, and they maybe learn something, one or two things from what I'm doing here. But it's actually my public trading journal. So I'm going to return back and give an update concerning this particular setup, if I'm able to get an entry or not, if price is able to trade back to that area or not, if I missed the entry or not. So I'm going to come back with that, and then I can put everything together and upload the video at once. Thank you very much for even this idea to put out my trading journal as a public property. Yeah, I actually appreciate what I'm going through in this space, because I've reached that level where I'm not, I'm not like shy. I'm not shy or afraid of making any mistake, and I'm not afraid of anyone, reading my mistakes or my successes. Maybe it may serve them in one area or another, also in their trading journal. Thank you very much, and gradually we shall bring in the other channels and make them, function as one. But for now, I'm just focusing on this public trading journal. See you soon with the last update. So I made an entry at the other position based on 15-minute time frame. I entered here, but because it was a higher time frame setup, I didn't catch that in time um, until I was taken out. I was taken out around here. That was after giving me some substantial profits, but I already locked in the profits, so I was taken out around here, and I woke up to this nasty retracement or pullback here. What I did was I tried to check different time frames to see where price was seeking, and I found out that on 1 hour there was an earlier visit to the 200 EMA. You can see it where it broke it to the upside here and rejected once. So then it created this range. So that retracement went for a second revisit to somewhere above the 200 EMA, just like to rebalance this move here. And so what I did was, to maintain precision, I still took some entries. I took some entries at that high. Okay, look at it. These are my entries. These are my entries. I actually took them from that high, because when you're trying to perfect an art, whenever you see that the conditions are fulfilled, just pull the trigger. And if these setups, these entries work out, then we are going to be writing down for a longer time than the other setup I saw on 15 minutes, because as you can see, the range here is higher, or it's wider. Look at it. Right from here, we're going to be pushing down up to somewhere below this level, and we can take profit around here too, the older break of structure, or remain inside until we create a 4 hour kind of range as you try to approach that weekly low. My target all along has been this low here, so I want to try and see if I can sell gold up to this level. So, but before we get there, this is where we always lose money. Price will not travel in a straight line. It will only keep going up, down like that. So, and that's what I've observed. And I'm grateful for this eye-opening revelation by Allah. Maybe it's finally time for me to know how to engage price after all the analysis I do. Then to take entries, I must be careful and I must follow these rules. So I'm going to observe these entries to see if these are it. And then I will report back maybe and upload the video for documentation if they actually work out. Let's stay tuned. So I'm back to report everything that has happened since my last post, where I said I was going to stock entries from a 4-hour time frame, the range I noticed on 4-hour time frame. Notice this break of structure here, this structure. So what I did was I decided to go to daily to see, because this retracement failed after I joined from here. It came here and took me out. So I went to the daily to see if I could see something a bit clearer. And what I saw was, you see this range came here. It had already cleared unbroken structures on its way, internal liquidity on its way down. So it created a new range that we can monitor retracements from. So what I did was, look at it, after breaking to the high, it broke the lows here. So I just placed my fib on, on this whole range here. Let's do it together. Look at it. That's what I did. What I did was I took that, here was a break in structure even on the daily, and then on the way down it just created a significant range, and I decided to monitor retracements from there. Now that required me to hold for a long time, and I kept taking entries. Me being stubborn, I kept taking entries just to see what will happen, and see how I lost my account from, I think, around $50, to this $23. But that notwithstanding, I got the bulk of the profits from trading. Not to say that I wanted to lose it, but because I'm learning something higher than accumulating profits. Once I understand how these entries work, then the money will follow. So for now, I'm focusing on trying to stock entry. Since it was a daily, you can see it was a daily range that was building up. So we had to go from here. So on taking, on placing the fib tool, you can see we had to retrace to up to the almost the 70.5 level. That we can just take it at to start stocking trade at around 61.8, but as you can see, it went to 70.5, just barely touching that level, and then we started noticing some retracement back. Now when I went to the 4-hour time frame, I saw the first break of this 200 EMA, where the 200 EMA is just the one that is interacting with price, as you can see here. So you can see this was the first visit. It came down, issued the second visit, which happened to like issue a third leg. A kind of when price was trying to reach to the 70.5 level, it created a second visit indirect and also retraced back down. Okay, and just this morning as I woke up, I saw a third visit after this one, two, and I saw this third visit. I said I won't leave it alone. Even though since yesterday I was already in on the first leg, so I said let me enter on this revisit here. I saw this revisit, the third one here, and I took it. But because of this, I guess this relative equal, highs, they are virtually, smooth area. It required another mitigation. So price still went and took off the, all the highs here, and then started, inching downwards with momentum. So but when I saw this position, this move here, I opened another position, hoping that it will finally start taking us down. Because it's a higher time frame setup, it has to go down gradually. And as we're going down from my point of entry, as you can see, the first leg came and almost broke this level, but it didn't. It went back, tried again to clear liquidity, then I joined on this move. So immediately we broke this level now. You can see price is showing signs of retracement, and we can take this new break as our new range to monitor now. Let's place another fib on the 5 minute chart to see where this retracement will be taking us back to. If it takes us back to maybe somewhere premium from 50% level to 61% to 70.5 level, we can open another position if it shows signs of wanting to return down. And I also noticed that on that 4 hour chart, after that third retracement, I needed to wait to see a bearish candle, or let's say a swing high being created, and I didn't wait for that. Maybe that's why I actually was losing money. I was supposed to wait to see to see price willing to now retrace back down, even though it was at a place of interest. So now, going back to our 15-minute chart, we have drawn another fib tool, so we are going to monitor price from there. Let's see what happens. I actually had a huge position on like 0.1 in gold. You know what that means, even though it's a gold micro, but we would have been in substantial profit by now following it from here. Unfortunately, this move here took me out, so I just joined again to monitor how price will move, and I've created this fib. If this break is enough for price to retrace back up, then we wait to see the level of its retracement, but it looks like it wants to target another low before it retraces back. Anyway, we have drawn the range. If it disrespects this range and it goes to break the next level, which could be this level here, then I will be monitoring price to retrace back and then open another position for the intraday position. But if these two positions survive, which I'm going to lock these profits no matter how little, because I'm now protecting my capital having lost a substantial amount, let me place my stop at break even, like almost break even, 4731.23, 4731.23. Because I may end up being in this trade up to next week, inshallah. That is the prayer, if this is the move I have been waiting for. Many may have been wanting to sell or to buy gold, but because of my method of trading, the Gann time cycle already showed me that gold is not ready to go back up yet, and even my Elliott wave theory also showed me that we may be due for a deep retracement, given that we saw an overextended wave 3 happening on 6 month chart. If I have the time, after clearing some of the work I'm doing, I'm going to go to my trading view to try and show you that 6 month leg that is overextended. And from there, I've been hoping to see a retracement back down, and this could be it. And because it's a really higher time frame, higher degree wave, this could be going on for months, which coincides with my Gann time cycle forecast too, that we would remain bearish in gold until we get to this low, this very low here. Now, getting to this low is where the matter is. Before you get there, many people will be losing a lot of money because they may think that gold is ready to go back, up, and they'll be buying gold. All the money I've lost, in trying to sell gold. Nothing like buying gold for me for now. So right now, what we are seeing is it looks like price wants to retrace back up. All we'll be doing is monitor what happens. All our positions are secured in case all these moves return it back. So I prefer to actually monitor my signals from daily, weekly, monthly, because of something I noticed once after accumulating huge profits, and they were wiped out just like that by a nasty move which attempted to revisit a terminal low on 4 hour. That was where I said I'm not going to do my forecast on 4 hour again. I will only work from 4 hour within a daily structure or a weekly structure. So right now what we are having is a weekly or monthly a monthly kind of forecast or a weekly forecast per se. Okay, so now we are going to be monitoring how long it takes price to revisit this low here, and this is our target. This low, this naked week is our target. So right now we are gradually moving there, but it has to do with a lot of patience. In this my new method of trading, I'm also learning how to develop more patience. As you can see, we are still in the discount region. This could be, this move could reach up to 50% before it retraces down, or even somewhere higher, and it may also want to work on this 200 EMA level, just like the pattern for engaging price is. And if I see it playing around here and it does it once, twice, the third one, I'll open another position. And if it doesn't get there, if it reaches only the 50% level and shows signs of going back down, I'm still going to take it. So this is exactly what I just keep repeating, which took me from $3 to over $50, and right now I'm back at $23. But that notwithstanding is because I'm in deep study right now, at a place where I'm only focusing on getting good entries, engaging price the right way after you must have done your analysis. So, and like I said, the way I take these entries, I use my 200 EMA, and then after doing my analysis and price begins to head in the direction of my analysis, any pullback, then I will start monitoring that pullback using my 200 EMA across different time frames. It depends on which time frame is the source time frame where I'm monitoring from. And sometimes you could see that we are monitoring from 15 minutes time frame. It all depends on where structure was broken, but because we already took profits when those lower time frames were playing out, right now we had a deep retracement back up from this low. You can see as if price has returned bullish from this low, up to this high. Okay, and then we form this fractal structure here. Now we are observing to see how this move will take us back down, but for now we are still retracing within a smaller time frame, and we have marked our 5-minute chart. The is it a 5 minute or 1 minute? We have actually marked it to see where this retracement will take us after breaking this structure. Okay, any structure that is broken calls for a form of retracement, no matter how shallow, and that's the bulk of what I've been learning here. So whenever I see structure being broken, even if I wanted to join that trade, I wouldn't. I will just be waiting to see that retracement go back to a place of premium before I begin to, and like premium when I'm bearish or discount when I'm bullish. So it depends on the position, but for now we are bearish, so we keep targeting price retrace back to premium, then we join the trade back down. And like I said, I will monitor these two positions I have on. I will be monitoring them as foundational positions. That's a 0.11 together, then maybe open other positions to target daily moves. Yes, but this could be my swing positions anyway. They could be my swing positions if it all works out according to plan. So this is the update. It ended up to be a deep retracement, like respecting the daily structure. Okay, so I didn't end up taking that trade to success because I kept losing as I was learning the structure. I mean, how to engage price using this new method. So it's all good. We have finally gotten a position, but I can see now it's at 38.2 fib level, but showing signs of going back. So I wouldn't trust this move. I would wait to see it travel back up and see how up it wants to travel to. Yes, forgive that English, it may be wrong, but I just wanted to say let's see how far it will travel back up within the fib tool, and then we can begin to engage price again and travel back down together with price. And this move, today is Friday, it could really be a strong move considering that market is about to close today at the end of today. So let's see how we do from now up to the end of the trading day. Thank you very much for your time, and as you can see, the method is very potent for engaging price, and that's what I intend to be doing, just to be repeating everything across different time frames. But the more you go up in the time frames, then the pattern becomes a bit difficult, because you may think it's time to engage price, and then another move will come and return back price to your entry. So you just have to keep learning from the lower time frame engagement to the higher time frame engagement. So if you find this content useful, do well to share with friends, family, and you can also seek a discussion thread, and I will be glad to explain more. Since this is my public trading journal, I will assume you just came across it and you are peeking into my little secret right, on how to engage price, which many traders would prefer to hide. But for me, I've reached that place and I'm full of thanks to Allah, and that is why I'm sharing it openly with the whole world to see. Until we see today, later today, or next week, I wish us very safe trading sessions. Okay, so I as you can see here, I'm just trying to focus on how to engage the market now, since I've already passed the stage of much technical analysis. So as you can see, structure is very deceptive, and as they always say, price doesn't take the elevator but it takes the steps. So you can see, after every break of structure, price has to retrace back, and sometimes the pullback is deep. But if you can learn how to engage the market, that means with a good strategy, there is really money in the market. But given that I'm using the Gann time cycling and maybe a little bit of Elliott wave principle in my trading, then as you can see, it will mean that I just need to have a lot of money in that account. And the fact that I want to be a swing trader, not a day trader, due to the nature of my work, I sure need to have money in my account. If not, one will just find a blown account. There is no two ways about it. Whenever you see structure happening, you don't expect structure to move directly to where you are. Let's go to my real account now. Here is where I am. After going to $50, I returned to $3. No, I returned to like $15, which was my initial deposit. Now I'm back here, and I'm not in a hurry to accumulate it, because this is what I'm using to learn the entries. And as you can see, me choosing gold to be my trading instrument, and gold being gold, it does a lot of pullbacks which can be very nasty. And there was a time I was seeing about $27,000 loss in that other demo account. As you can see, we are back at almost $300,000 in profit. Now if you divide $300,000 by 27,000, you would have seen how much profit ratio we have already accumulated. But then, how do we deal with these pullbacks? Pullbacks are bound to happen. Let me take you to the the higher uh, consolidation here. Look at it. Do you know how much time we spent here? We spent a lot of time here, because after going to the 61.8 fib level, which was around here, price broke structure, retraced back to about 50%. But in doing that, you see, sometimes it will accumulate liquidity, then break it. Now, what does this have to tell me? It tells me that I need to have a strategic stop loss. And that is why some traders don't even use stop loss. But I won't say I will not use stop loss, just that I just need to learn where to place my stop loss uh, to be uh, to give enough allowance to my trades so that I don't get wiped out often due to these pullbacks that I meant to shake out weak hands. So far this is where we are as an update, and the structure that I saw on weekly is yet to be fulfilled. Look at it. Look at where I'm targeting here. I'm targeting this liquidity that lies here. This naked wick, I'm targeting price to retrace to that level on the weekly chart. But going to the daily chart, you see that it's around the 200 EMA. So anytime price hits this level, there is a take profit there, and any reaction to continue down to the bottom of the wick, I will also try to join in the trade. So just look at it. Look at what price has been doing. So that means all the gun cycles that are happening within this uh trade range, the price range that I have chosen to trade within, have been bearish. So that means, like I already showed you, that we are in a kind of prolonged impulse wave, like on the 6 month chart and even on the 3 month chart. If you go to trading view, you check gold, if you can count the waves, you will see it there. So I've been expecting this kind of pullback, and for God's sake, this is a kind of higher wave setup, and you don't expect it to happen. It's a kind of higher degree wave. A wave at 6 months or 3 months, they are mature waves, so you don't expect these moves to happen in 2 days and then they are done. So we expect to see months on months, or let me put it as several months of bearish move before we finally fulfill that corrective wave structure. Speaking in terms of Elliott waves, that will fulfill that uh, corrective wave in months to come. And talking about Gann time cycling, there is this candle, this very candle that I'm eyeing. Where is it? This is it. I've been eyeing this candle here, this tiny candle you are seeing here. This candle means a lot in this trading setup or trade setup, because I expect price to come below this region here, and that means exhausting the whole of this naked wick. So you can imagine I'm not looking to buy gold anytime soon. Now this is my update. I will keep following and then tell how it all went. Yes, this is what I will do. So let's keep following. Don't be in a rush to make money, just learn. There was a time I was using circles on 4 hour, but I accumulated so much profit. I think it was around $60, and everything was wiped off because I was dealing with a kind of uh, smaller time frame, which might not give me the larger picture. And I'm training to be a swing trader, so that's why I changed to work from the weekly chart, so that even if I'm in a trade for so long, I would have a solid reason as to why I am choosing to remain in that particular setup, uh, at least when I consider that I'm working from a weekly or monthly chart. So you can see I'm always looking at my monthly chart, okay, and also um, forming my opinion from there, and then going down to weekly to see how the candles choose to move. So this is how trading exhausts you, your calculation and all. But if you are for this business, then you have to be prepared, because that monster called pullback is waiting for you, especially in selling, because I still find it easier buying than selling. So as a seller, you are still dealing with this demon called pullback, and it could send your account uh, to flames if care is not taken. So as you can see, I'm going down with it. We shall continue monitoring from here. If you look at this kind of pullback, let me show it to you. After engaging price here, even though I have noticed that price is finally weak due to the how much time we have spent around here, so I joined the trade after closing the first position. Okay, I closed the first position at around $13, as you can see here, the last trade there, and price started taking me into profit, but on reaching here before it broke this structure, okay, on breaking structure, it brought me into took me into profit, and then started tracing back. Look at it, it retraced back into my order, slightly above it. Okay, then it started rolling down again. So why would I be rushing? It's better I calm down and learn this, and I advise anyone viewing this to just give themselves time to learn pullbacks before they finally settle down to make money. And if you are working from a smaller time frame, then please take profits at swings, at different swings as they happen, because in trying to wait for retracement or pullback, you are turning into something uh, different from a day trader, which you might not be ready for, because I promise you will see the nasty pullback may end up wiping off all of your profits. So see you again next time, and happy trading. Now we closed last week. Account is already over $1 million in demo using the same strategy and so we keep learning. What am I doing now? I'm learning structure, the structural ascension and descension of price, how price actually yields either forward or backward. Uh, One of the reasons why we lose money is because we are always in a hurry. If we know that, or we have analyzed price and seen that price is ready to go down, then we want to see it straight down. It doesn't work that way. Price is full of mysteries. Yeah, it has to obey structure. Price must obey structure. Did you see? Let me cite a simple example here. Did you see how price broke this particular small swing here? Okay, once this happens, you should always expect a sort of retracement before another continuation down, no matter how small it is. And let me go back to a higher time frame so we can see where we are operating at. First of all, check out this. Price was moving down. Okay, price was actually moving down. Immediately it broke this structure, it retraced back. Okay, price almost broke this structure, sorry. It retraced back, then broke it, decisively, then retraced back up to premium of the premium of this particular swing here. Okay, after breaking, retracing back to premium, it gathered more momentum and traveled down again in an attempt to try and break this, but it won't do it. It won't do it in a straight line. Can you see how after coming here it went back up, repair again, then it came back down and broke this structure? If you see it like this, if you believe that it happens like this, then it means price will still have to do the same thing on the right hand side before we finally move down. And wherever we meet such structures, they serve as resistances or resistance. Now look at it. After we broke this particular main swing, then it called for a massive retracement into that structure, But in the course of doing that, we need to see that it is a lower high that will be created before we become sure that, or for us to become sure that we are actually heading down. Then what happened? After retracement into the premium level of the previous swing here, then we expect to see another attempt to return back here and break the structure, but it will not happen at once. What did we do? We continued forming structure. Price continued breaking this, retrace back, break here again, retrace back up, okay, attempt to come down here, rejected back up, finally coming to break this particular structure. Now, after doing that, we saw a straight down move towards that main swing down here. But after breaking it, what happened? Price continued to form another kind of what do you call it? It tried to form another consolidation. That consolidation is actually a W, but it is not yet formed yet, because don't forget we have a major structure that we broke here. For us to be able to go back and retrace the whole length of this, the whole journey back to the premium of this particular broken swing, we actually need to form some kind of maneuvering here or manipulation, and that's what is exactly forming here. And we just have to keep breaking structure, retracing back, breaking the next one, retracing back, like that, until we are able to come and break this level here. This was the last break, right? Until we are able to reach down here and break, or to almost break this swing again, then we can now begin to retrace back the whole of this main swing again. But we must not take out this high. It has to be to somewhere around the premium of this particular swing. So we're almost there right now. Like I said, I'm not in a hurry to make profits, but as I'm learning now, I'm just learning what structure is doing. As you can see, we are heading to this particular swing here. Okay, it is either we retrace back, since we are almost exhausting it. It may hold on first until it retraces back to premium of this particular level. So I'm preparing to close my trade anytime now, because I don't want to be caught up in this, because this being the main focus right now, we may not end up breaking it decisively. We may not break it up 100%. We may stop around here, then head back. Head back for a full, retracement of the whole of this swing now here. So price actually travels in bits, in fractals. For us to understand what is happening, we must dedicate more time. I'm closing my trade now because I'm learning. I don't want to hold on too much. As you can see, we just keep making our way down with so much momentum. We are going down with so much momentum. Ours is to see if we are going to make the 100% of this swing here. If we break it 100%, then the next we look for is to what? We retrace back the whole premium level here. We just look to buy if we can open a small position to retrace back to the what? To almost, to the premium level of this swing here before we head back and then aim at what next? We then aim at this level here, or before we get here. So you can see it's a fractal kind of thing. We may actually break, if we end up breaking this move, this swing here, then we may be targeting somewhere around here, this particular smaller swing here. before we now do the uh, deep pullback. But for now, what we'll be doing, we'll just become observers, because if you're learning structure, you shouldn't rush it. You should not rush structure. You know, the money will follow, inshallah, after we master this structure. And entries, we are learning entries, we are learning structure. Stay with me, I shall be keeping you posted gradually, and the picture shall become clearer, inshallah. But make this a habit to come and always look at your screen to see what structure is trying to do. All these rough M's and W's add up to something. They make a lot of sense, but you just have to what? You have to understand what price is actually trying to. When I saw this particular consolidation, I thought price was already ready to go back up, so I was buying and I lost money. So it was what it was trying to do is to mitigate this particular consolidation here, break it, then start coming back down again to break the next visible swing before we end up going. And just take note of something. Before we had this major retracement back up, there was the creation of a higher low. After the break of structure to the left side, there was a higher low, and then we started going back up. Yes. And on coming back down, can you all see, after creating this higher high here, started retracing back and broke structure here. Because we broke structure here, then the next target was the next target became the next swing, which is where we're headed right now. So I don't believe that we will take out this 100%. We will take out this higher low here, the higher low here that I'm showing, and then head back up before we finally target the lower low here. So it's basically mostly study for me before the money follows. I closed early so that I can be able to watch exactly how it unravels. So this is how I have chosen to trade now, because I'm trying to make it my retirement plan by the grace of God. There is no need to rush. Before real money begins to pump in, we need to understand structure. Stay with me. Thank you very much, and give this video a like if it makes sense to you. Share it with friends. Watch it over and over again, and then you will be able to begin to understand what I'm saying. This is the demo. Demo is moving very fine, and I want to show you what happened. Price actually broke that particular low. What I'll be doing now, I'll only be waiting for a formation that will show that price is heading back up. So you can see this account has moved from $500 to this with this kind of entries. Alhamdulillah, I have blown several $500,000 accounts, demo accounts, please, not real account. Even as it is now, this is still a demo account. So right now I'll be looking for my what? I'll be looking for my retracement setup back to that high, the premium level of the immediate swing. Okay, yes, this particular swing, I'm going to be targeting that retracement. Let me see. This particular retracement, this is the swing I'm targeting. This is the whole swing here. So I've already taken the 100% of it, as you can see. So I will be targeting maybe 50% of it with my buy setup before I target more sales, inshallah. So I'm in. I waited to see that this higher low was created. It showed as if price was intending to go back up, so I took the trade again. Now we just have to wait to see. It's not something that can happen like a rocket speed. Uh, so we wait to see it fulfill that retracement, inshallah. So I'm looking at this as a sewer entry. Sorry, this term may be new. I will take out time to explain what I mean by sewer entry. But as you can see, we had a close above the 9 period EMA. Then we had this retracement into the body of this uh, closure, but we did not close below the 9 period EMA. So that retracement would have served as a good sewer entry to buy this setup. But let's see if it fulfills, then we have a valid sewer entry there. So this is it. I lost those entries because I did an early entry. I was supposed to wait for the second leg, but if I had entered, then I should have placed my stop somewhere below this low here. That would have given me an earlier CY entry, or I would have endured this pullback. So, but I have re-entered again. Let's see if it is truly CY, then this should take us back up. So look at it. We got a decisive break of this high here, so it could be that we're heading back up gradually, but we must be patient. In entering using SIWA strategy, you either enter on the first leg, but a more safe entry or a safer entry is to enter on the second leg, and you must look out for maybe the creation of a higher high. Look at this high. This gave a kind of inverted head and shoulder. Then there was the creation of this higher high, and you can safely place your stop loss below this particular low, which will invalidate the setup to give your trade more room to breathe. So let's move our stop loss 4473.74. If price should come back there, it should invalidate this CY entry. And if it happens to be the entry, and then we should be patient to see ourselves back to this level, somewhere around the 50% of this whole uh, swing here, somewhere around here or here. Then we can take our profit because we want to see a higher low created. We don't want this high to be blown off. Otherwise, we'll be back bullish. So let's keep observing. I think the 1 hour candle is about to close now. Let's see how the next hour will be. I'm creating this or building up this trading journal. No matter how crude it is, in the end you end up taking away value because you will be seeing structure more clearly. Don't forget, I was just at about $23 some cents. Now I'm back here. There was a time I was at $3, went back to $50. So this is the learning stage. Let's master the structure, then the money will follow, inshallah. By the time I load up or restock my account, I can allow this to be building up gradually while I open another account for a more serious or a more focused trading. This is equally serious, but it's a strategy account. So I'm not bothered about accumulating the profits much as I'm bothered about learning structure and entries. So let's see where this, because we are very much below the structure, uh, we may end up using this as a foundational position where we remain there, okay, or we can lock in our profit here. Uh let's just do 4480.67. 4480.67. Like I said, this is the time to learn much about structure before money. Yes, this is not something that most traders are willing to tell you. They just show you wins, wins, and wins. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to learn at different stages. You have to learn what price action is. You have to learn the different fractals. You have to learn maybe time of trading, and then overall, you have to learn the structure. Because I have tried to be a swing trader, I notice that I keep failing because whenever I get in any position, then I end up losing my profits after accumulating like $100. I will lose it again. So that's why I said, what is wrong with my strategy? I asked myself this vital question, and after answering it, I said, the problem is not the strategy, it is structure. and entries. So that is what I'm focusing on for the whole, at least I'm giving myself the next 6 months to see if there is consistency and precision in the way I take my trades, so that I will then continue to scale up in my positions gradually. Uh, Thank you very much for staying with me. We keep reporting. Inshallah, we will get there together. Just keep recommending my channel if you find it useful, and share with your friends. Give the videos likes so that YouTube will know that you're finding value here, and keep recommending the video to more viewers. And like I told you, there is nothing flashy here, just the real stuff. As you can see, we are gradually moving. Let's see how far this will take us. Like I said, any counter move, I will take this bearish move in gold to be something like the main trend, because it's a higher time frame setup. It's actually a higher time frame structure. So any bullish move now, excuse me, that's my son crying. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Issue. So as we are moving back up, I see it as a counter move, and you know how counter moves can be destructive, they can be violent. So let's brace ourselves and continue to try to remain in this trade until we are taking out or taking into profit up to our TP. Let's go to 4 hour and try to place. Let's clear off this as we focus on the structure we are looking at right now. This is the swing I mean, okay? This is now the swing that I mean this particular swing. This is it. Then it needs to be retraced to up to 50% or slightly above before we continue down to create another what? Another lower high here. So let's place our fib. I've suddenly found much use in using my Fibonacci tool. So, and I'm enjoying the way I'm using it right now. So we are going to rise above this particular consolidation, and that may not, our target may not be hit anytime soon. We may be confronted by many ups and downs, but in the end, let's target 50% at least, so that from there we can take our profit. Okay, 4612.70. This move could take us up to 61.8%, but it's less to come up to, but because of this 200 level, 200 EMA, price may want to poke it a bit, but in any case, I'm taking my profit early enough, and as you can see, we still have another void here, which may drive price up to 61.8%. But I'm just going to take, because I don't know what structure may want to do around that level, I will be taking my profit around 50%. Let's continue following it, inshallah.